Gonna play some matches with this Command the Dreadhorde deck. So the idea of the deck is that you have all the early explore package to play to the board, a bunch of planeswalkers to let you gain a big advantage, and then you can use your Tamiyo to dig to your Command the Dreadhorde. And this means in the late game, with all the life you've gained from Wildgrowth Walker, you can cast a really big Dreadhorde just to get back, 8 things, get back a bunch of explore creatures, get all that life back immediately off the explore triggers, combining with Wildgrowth Walkers again. And it just gives this, otherwise, fairly tame, normal mid-range deck a way to go wildly over the top of people in the late game. I've seen a lot of hype about this deck. I haven't actually had a chance to play it yet. But ignore this unplayable Aaron pile. It's definitely not a deck in my collection that I've titled Unplayable Aaron Pile. Oh my gosh. Little Teferi is obnoxious, I agree. Little Teferi just warps how the game works in such an extreme way. I don't mind a Planeswalker having that static ability. I kind of wish it was on a 4-mana Planeswalker though. So you'd have a bit more time to interact with it before it comes down. Dude, this is beautiful. Walker into Ranger. Kind of what we're looking for. Opponent has not had a good day. They're already playing the ladder and they have these sleeves. Hey there, Tucker. What erasure. Rude. Rude. They have to deal with these Command the Dreadhordes at some point. I guess they could just have a Kaya's Wrath for this Wildgrowth Walker, potentially. Or a Teferi to reset it. Yeah, they could have also got 8 wins in 2 hours, that's true. It seems improbable if they're playing Esper in the ladder. Alright, run out our Elemental. Oh, that makes sense, Campo. Sorry to hear that. I've been enjoying, the little standard I've been playing. I know I've heard some people express that, though. Is my MPL Band Nexus deck good for a Planeswalker meta? I don't believe so. I think it was probably not my best decision to register that deck. Regardless of, the actual match outcome, I think I just, massively underestimated when I registered it. I registered it before Jeskai Planeswalkers broke out, right? And once Jeskai Planeswalkers broke out, it was very clear that there were just Narsets and Teferis everywhere. But, before that point, it wasn't clear that it would be a bad decision. But I think the deck's, not good against the Narset Teferi decks in the slightest. I would not want to play it against those. Hey there, Frogger. Do I want this Teferi? It's fine. I guess it means my Command the Dreadhorde's resolve, right? But putting it in the yard helps fuel the Dreadhordes. I'm probably meant to keep it. I'm certainly not in love with it. There is a Teferi in the yard though. So honestly, it's we don't need that much more stuff in the yard with a Teferi there. This Teferi also cleans up the token from Kasmina really nicely. And does a lot of the Kasmina's value. I think the Teferi's good. It's also really awkward for them. They can't, Fort Erasure this Teferi. They kind of have to hope to find another Fort Erasure for the second command. It's a bit nonsense, Campo, I agree. I think you should, remove probably Artifact from Teferi, at least. Maybe just Artifact and Enchantment. I definitely think you should remove Artifact. Alright, what are they gonna find? It definitely has, it has like the Dromoka's command feel. Right? Where, God, they found a fortress, they get to take my Command the Dreadhorde. And if I don't attack first, I don't get to draw a card off the Teferi. I guess that means I attack both at the Narset. And then I bounce the 2/2, and that way I get my card. That makes sense. Because I do want to kill this Narset. Regardless. I guess they could just chump. They can just chump now to, like, make sure we can't bounce it, but that's the same as us bouncing it. Because they're not actually protecting the Narset in the process. So they definitely don't want to chump as a result. So yeah, I think Teferi has the, like, Dromoka's command problem. Where, like... Is this overcommitting into Kaya's Wrath? Maybe the 1/3 doesn't do that much. This might be a mistake. So it's the Dromoka's command problem where, like, when Dromoka's command existed in Standard, you just didn't want to play enchantments. Because you just get, like, really blown out by it. And Dromoka's command was such a free roll for decks to run. And Teferi kind of pushes that to the extreme where it covers so many different permanent types. But at least, like, the creatures have these fallbacks of, like, being able to pressure the Teferi if you have 2 of them in play. Whereas, like, against artifacts and enchantments, it's just so punishing to have them in your deck when people have Teferis. God. If they'd have Kaya's Wrath, they'd have cast it, right? They would 100% have cast Kaya's Wrath, I believe. Because they even had the mana. The Dromoka's command problem was that when Dromoka's command was in Standard, enchantments were just unplayable. Because everyone would get to run Dromoka's command, and it would be this, like, free roll, right? Where I don't think we're meant to kill this. I think I just like having as fast a clock as possible. Yeah, it's actually kind of sad. There's a red-white mid-range deck that I adored during Fate Reforged Standard. That would run like 4 Chain to the Rocks, 4 Outpost Siege, and it was a really sweet, fun deck. Made for a lot of interesting games because it was like this mid-range deck that could move into like a very grindy mode. It was kind of like if you were to make like a mid-range version of the current mono-red decks, because you had like the card advantage that Frenzy would provide, but you'd also get to do like a bunch of other things and like pressure your opponent. And the moment Dromoka's command came out in Dragons of Tarkey, you couldn't play that red-white deck anymore, because putting 4 Chain to the Rocks and 4 Outpost Siege in your deck against Dromoka's command decks just led to you getting so blown out by this card that people wanted to play anyway. It's really weird. And like, the format was still very good, but it was just a format that you could not play enchantments in. See, Massacre Girl was bad. The rest I'm like less certain on. So like, Wildgrowth Walker's pretty bad against sweepers. And my life total isn't getting too pressured. We definitely want all the Golgari Queens, because she kills Thief of Sanity, although there's a decent chance they don't have that in their board. Maybe I just cut all the Wildgrowth Walkers, that seems extreme. I also don't know about this Ugin. Or if we want like another Ugin even. I'm gonna cut all these Wildgrowth Walkers. I think they aren't like terribly impressive against the Kaya's Wrath deck. They just like force me to overcommit And I don't think we need that much life gain. Like, the first Command the Dreadhorde is maybe game winning. It's like really bad against counter spells if we don't have a Teferi in play. And it's like not great against Elderspell if we don't have Wildgrowth Walker. This is tough. Nobody's playing my counter magic, that's fair. Yeah, I don't know how I feel about this boarding. Maybe it's incorrect. I'm actually going to load up Wyatt's guide a second. Obviously this is my first time playing the deck, so it's a bit of a new experience. This hand is beautiful. So many colors of mana. What more could I possibly want? I even got a Duress. Must be. So I just take the Time Raveler or the Hero? Huh? Thanks, Skepti. I don't know which I'm taking. Like, I guess I have to take the Time Raveler. It doesn't bounce the Paradise Druid, though. I think the Paradise Druid is good. It, like, attacks pretty well into Planeswalkers. Ramps out our Planeswalkers. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna take some more Teferi. Just, like, stop them gaining too much traction early on. Alright, let's have a quick look at the sideboard guide. He does not list the sideboard guide for this matchup as far as I can tell. Maybe I'm being silly. I'm misreading it. Hey there, Riley. Good to see you. They're not playing the Mythic qualifier weekend? I'm already qualified because I'm MPL. Oh, disclaimer. This is a sponsored stream / video, etc. Because MPL. I kinda just want to minus this Tamiyo and get back this Duress. That sounds nice. Honestly. Please don't counter my Tamiyo. My Tamiyo is like the most important one, so running her out this early into like maybe a counterspell is kind of risky. But I think getting back this Duress is really good. So against Jeskai Super Friends, he is boarding out one Wildgrowth Walker, Teferi, and the 3 Druids. So maybe I am meant to be taking out the Druids. I didn't get the MCQ sleeve. Yeah, I'm not too fussed about that. There's loads of other nice sleeves. So I guess I start with a Duress and see what I can see. Oh, and then I get to Elderspell. Put counters on my Tamiyo minus the Tamiyo again. This is sweet.
While time zone differences have limited how much I can watch, your standard viewing when I'm able.
Aww. Thank you for the resub, Shameshka. I really appreciate the 3 months. I'm hoping to like start widening my hours a bit more, which would help with the whole time zone thing. So I want to kill this. So destroy any number of target planeswalkers. So destroy this. Then I put 2 counters on my Tamiyo. And I minus this to get back this Duress. This is messed up, honestly. I didn't get the MCQ sleeve. Yeah, not too worried about it. I need to get some of those sweet anime sleeves at some point. Those speak to me. For better or worse. I have a Teferi in play to bounce my Jadelight. What do I want to plus naming? I'm not actually sure. I've already drawn a Duress. There's nothing else to hit with the Duresses. Already have a Tamiyo. Yes, I wouldn't mind finding like a backup Tamiyo. But it's Narset. Og. I also find a Merfolk Branchwalker, but being able to loop Tamiyos just seems so oppressive. Honestly. Alright, take your Liliana. Then my breeding pool. Casual 4 cards in hand. This is great. I could play this deck some more. Jeez. Plus my Tamiyo. Name Command the Dreadhorde. No! I missed. How am I ever going to win this game? Alright. That was a decent start with this deck. How are we going to win this game? That's how. Oh my gosh. Oh my god, Og. I don't know, I can figure out how to get rid of the clicking sound, but I have no idea how people perceive it, whether it's a good thing or not. This seems on the very absolute low end of 7s that we can keep. Alright, opponent's on some sort of... maybe they're just on a bad Esper draw. They could be on some sort of black-white mid-range deck. Probably just a bad Esper draw. Hey Minosaur, good to see ya. Alright, let the Teferiing begin. It's weird, like a bit of me wants to play this Teferi, just like get it down, but I guess having the Wildgrowth Walker down to pressure Planeswalkers is nice. Maybe this is wrong. This is like a bit awkward, because now we can't Trophy plus Walker next turn. So we haven't got like a double spell turn set up. Yike. And now, because of the Narset, we can't cash in our card off the Teferi. This is the worst timeline. Opponent. Please. I don't actually know the name of it. The brand is like Magic Eagle or something. So they took my Assassin's Trophy. I guess I just have to play another creature out to pressure these Planeswalkers. Don't think a Wrath is particularly beatable at the moment. Outside of drawing a Dreadhorde, of course. Drawing a Command the Dreadhorde would be very, very good. Is this the old instant speed Wrath? Cast this pre-combat. See if they mess up. Nope. Alright, so we cannot draw a card, because Narset is a deeply fun magic card. So do this instead. minusing their Narset, getting a Casmina. Yep, that makes sense. They just want to always have Narset on the board to always deny us our card draw. I'm sure Command the Dreadhorde lets us go over the top in this sort of situation. Do you have to draw one for that? Maybe we'll get there. Saspodek's looking really good here. It's looked like pretty impressive whenever I played against it. The Jesco one I'm like less sure of. I feel like the Jesco one has more vulnerabilities. Because you like lean on Clarion so much. Hey there, Or. Good to see you. Alright. How close is this to flipping? Not like super close. So what does a Command the Dreadhorde do for us at the moment? It would get us back a Narset and these two. Not like a super huge amount, but a little bit. And like the Narset gets to dig for another Planeswalker. Or another Dreadhorde. They probably don't have a huge amount of counter magic. So if we draw the Dreadhorde, it's probably just good. But they've got to be like closing in on an instant speed for the erasure at some point soon. Well, wait, what time will they show this week's NPL matches? I'm not completely sure. So it was midday when I was in Seattle, so it's like 8 PM. Aw, Chantel. I don't think the notification... it has shown up in chat. Hey there, Chantel. Thank you for the raid. Appreciate you. Welcome to everyone joining us. We can concede. I believe, Cambo. I believe. We can do this. There's a Command the Dreadhorde literally on top of our deck. And our opponent does not have a counterspell somehow. Oh, they have an emblem? Wait, what? Whilst I was looking away? Okay, Elderspell is reasonable. Cool, cool. Alright, I believe I cannot beat the emblem. That was a lot. Alright. So I'm probably just going to board the same way Wyatt boards for the Jeskai Super Friends matchup. So we can bring in these Duresses. Oops. Bring in these Elderspells. Take out the Paradise Druids is what Wyatt cuts. Wyatt trims a Wildgrowth Walker and a Massacre Girl and a Teferi. This seems a pretty reasonable approach. Don't know if I meant to play the second Ugin. The second Ugin's like quite powerful. Okay, I'm a bit worried that having the Assassin's Trophy on top of the Elderspells is like a bit overkill. Especially since the trophy potentially gives our opponent extra resources to work with as well. Like, the Planeswalker 2-for-1s you, and then you Assassin's Trophy it, getting like 2-for-1 again. Alright, we'll play first. This is pretty reasonable. Wildgrowth Walker with some Explorers. If they draw us into lands, then we have some like things to sack to the Queen. Alright. Soul Diviner. Wait, what? Is this like a sideboard plan? I guess it must be. Once like people board out their creature removal or something. Luckily we have this Vraska. Ooh, that hand sucks. So next turn Vraska's killing the Soul Diviner. The Liliana's a ways off, but it's very strong against us. Once it hits the battlefield. Okay, taking the Elderspell lets us like keep ticking up our Vraska though, which is pretty nice. I don't mind if they Elderspell my Vraska is the thing. Maybe this is incorrect. Kind of makes sense to me, but hey Pool, good to see you. Alright, got our 2-for-1. Can now like sack the Branchy to the Vraska. They leave her alive. Alright. Also got some decent pressure here too. So, I'm wondering if they're just going to fire off the Elderspell. The Elderspell kind of stops us making any more Planeswalkers. But having the Vraska in play just lets us like grind out so much value. Like now if this draws a land, we can just go ahead and sack this immediately. Ooh, that is a really good one. Alright, I'm going to keep that on top. And we're going to sacrifice the 3/2, because this one can attack this turn to draw the Elderspell. Play out our Jadelight Ranger. Get some more Wildgrowth Walker triggers. That's also a really good one. There's a Liliana in the yard too. I guess they have an Elderspell in hand, but definitely going to keep that on top. Opponent has so much stuff to deal with here. I'm not sure it's even like... I guess we don't know the hand, but... yeah. Just a bit too far behind. Alright. Vraska +1 draw 2 with Lily is nice. Yike. That is something, Cambo. Alright, run this back. Pretty happy with this. Wouldn't mind having the second Ugin in the deck, but I don't know how we'd make room for that. So... this setup seems reasonable. Your opponent just Guild Globed on turn 2 in Standard? That's wild, dog. This mana base is something else. It's great. Oh my word. No, the Soul Diviner again. This card's actually like kind of scary. We do have a Teferi for it though. I don't think there's anything that search for artifacts in library specifically at the moment. The weird Trinket Mage style effect disappeared. So they bounced the Branchwalker, we'd get to rebuy on the ability. Instead they do this, which means I can go Teferi minus on your Soul Diviner, start pressuring your Teferi. I guess this coming back into play next turn kind of shuts down that pressure a bit, but at least we keep Teferi's loyalty in check a bit here. Oh, I guess you can technically use the new Khan to tutor artifacts, right? If you have a Chromatic Lantern in your sideboard. Alright. Resolves. We haven't resolved a copy of this card yet, and we've still won, like, a match and even in games in this one. So, you know, I suspect we'll be okay. Deal. Didn't they? I guess they wanted to see if the fresh card we drew was a Planeswalker. That's fair. Oh my gosh. Okay, we do need to draw spells. Having my opponent hurl cards into the graveyard is all well and good. But we do need to draw spells at some point. Alright, Soul Diviner comes back. Pretty threatening card right here. We're going to draw up Vraska, and that's going to be delightful. Or a 1/3. Okay. Send all of these at Teferi. We're one Seismic Assault away from winning. Ooh. Deckmaster should be working. Let's see if that makes it go a bit better. So we fire off this, fire off our Branchwalker. Yep. Strong. Uh-huh. I'm the landlord, yep. Oh my gosh. I rule over this great estate. Ooh, that is a nice one. Alright, let's minus on the Soul Diviner. Make them take a counter off their Teferi. And then we can snip their hand a little bit. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, we can recycle these lands. Thank you, deck. Don't you dare counter this. Rude. Counter spells in the Teferi mirror. Grumble, 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 grumble. Play my Vraska. Sacrifice my Hinterland Harbor. Yep. Mm-hmm. Sure thing. Yeah, that's a beatable Magic card. Alright, make it green. Sacrifice my Overgrown Tomb. It's actually quite a good one. It's gonna get the next two lands off the top of our deck. Ooh. Do we have an Elderspell in our yard? We don't have an Elderspell in our yard to rebuy. I think I have to keep Tamiyo on top though. Maybe we can plus Tamiyo and find an Elderspell that way. Get this Liliana off the board. If we find Elderspell off Liliana, we just have lethal next turn. Or off Tamiyo. We get to like instantly ultimate our Vraska. Which is pretty nice. No! Rude. Alright. So they bounce my Wildgrowth Walker. Sure. Alright, Tamiyo. You got a job to do, and that job is not tapping all my black mana. I believe there is an Elderspell in the top 4 cards of my library. I'm so confident in this fact. This irrefutable fact. I was wrong. There were 2 Elderspells. Sorry people, I lied. I lied to y'all. Hate to be like this. Kill your planeswalkers. Put Tamiyo up to 10 loyalty. Yes, we can probably swing. Tamiyo can take 2. Why I gotta lie? I know, right? So deceptive. No, my Tamiyo! Why would you do this to me? So rude. The worst thing is, they've been missing land drops. We know they just have infinite spells in hand. I'm pretty sure I need... So I attack, and they chump. I'm just going to start by attacking. Get this 2/2 out of play. Not sure what I do now. So I do have to... I think I have to kill this Teferi. If I trophy it, I don't get to kill the Soul Diviner. My Elderspell, I lose my Elderspell, though. My Elderspell is super powerful. Yes, I probably just Elderspell. Keep my trophy in hand. Try and avoid giving them too much mana. This might be a spew. We'll find out. Yeah, Tamiyo Elderspell is really messed up. The fact you can minus your Tamiyo, get back your Elderspell, and then have Tamiyo gain enough loyalty that she can minus the next turn is like super powerful. I was finding that when I played against Tamiyo with Dovin's Veto, that was also like a really obnoxious play pattern. Where like the Tamiyo comes in, rebuys the Veto against like your Nexus deck, and then rebuying that Veto probably gives your opponent probably gives you enough time that you get to untap with the Tamiyo on free loyalty in a couple turns time to rebuy it, like back some other piece of disruption. Oh well, we know they're drawing a Tamiyo next turn, that's so nice. Trophy, Duress my trophy. Do we think they have basics in their deck? Chat. What do we think? Some of the lists don't have that many basics. I don't want to like give them the extra mana, but I assume I'm just meant to do this. Oh, you think they have an island and a swamp? Because if they do have that, then doing this is like kind of bad because we just give them an extra mana this turn. Whatever. So they get to tap the land and then the trophy land comes in untapped. Alright. Tamiyo time. Please don't have veto. Yes, they could have veto. There's not a whole lot to do about that, though. Or negate. Yeah, that's pretty brutal. Yeah, I also feel like I can't just, like, not cast my spell, though. Even though it seems, like, pretty likely they did have the veto. Because they didn't play the Soul Diviner. Yike. I don't think I can beat a Scanter. If I can, it involves Tamiyo, though. But it's gonna be tough. Like, Tamiyo can set up some pretty nice loops. But I imagine this Scanter is gonna be too much. Fires off the Ascanter, gets a Narset. It's fine, we only have to beat every spell in my opponent's deck. Sure. Alright. So I get to go Tamiyo. Please don't counter my Tamiyo. Alright, I'm convinced. That was kind of brutal. Once they took the, I guess maybe they taking a Command the Dreadhordes with Ego was good? I'm not really sure. I guess, like, it just shut off our ability to, like, outrageously top deck them for a few turns. And then, like, their deck just has more inbuilt card advantage than ours. So going down the card doesn't necessarily matter that much. Alright. Do you like me some Guild Gates? I haven't seen Gatebreaker Ram in a while, but I guess this will do. God, I miss the innocent days of Gatebreaker Ram seeing standard play. I guess they probably just have a lightning strike up here. So I'm just gonna swing rather than cast my Jadelight. Get down the follow-up. This deck does not seem particularly good at answering Crackling Drake or Arclight Phoenix. At least they're lightning striking and not lava coiling. Makes our, like, Command the Dreadhorde a lot better than it would be otherwise. Oh, they have a shock. Deal. Alright, Paradise Druid does ramp out the Command the Dreadhorde. I think I'm just gonna yard it. I'm definitely gonna yard the second Wildgrowth. Alright, I mean, this Command the Dreadhorde, if it resolves, has the potential to be very, very strong. Probably just meant to cast this Vraska as a life gain spell. Make them fling the Crackling Drake at it, maybe. We need this Command the Dreadhorde to resolve. Need them to not have a spell pierce, I guess. Alright. Let's do this. Sacrifice another permanent tilt. Please resolve. Please resolve. Oh my god. This is so beautiful, chat. This is so beautiful. Oh my word. This is great. Don't know that it will actually be enough, but it's something. It is something. Sack this forest. So we have 9, 12, 13, 14. They have 10 points in the air though. Yeah, they just have to attack with everything and get in this race. That is a very good draw. So I can float a blue. I could minus get this Augur out of the way. That would give me a 2-turn clock, right? That's a bit loose, Camber. I agree. So I guess I have a 2-turn clock regardless. I really want to find an explore creature. So I'm just going to go ahead and do this. That is amazing. How are you so amazing, Teferi? What did I do to deserve you in my life? I can bounce the Jadelight Ranger. Strong. Uh-huh. Don't know that this is actually better than casting the trophy. It's certainly cuter than casting the trophy, though, and cute points count for a lot. Oh, I have to be I've got the Paradise Druid, it's fine. This is great. That was great. Oh my gosh. Right, is it Phoenix? Apparently we bought in Cast Downs, Thrashing Brontodon. Huh. Alright, I'm just gonna trust Wyatt. Bring in this nonsense. Takes out Vraska's, which makes a lot of sense. She doesn't kill anything. Massacre Girl doesn't kill anything. Actually takes out Command the Dreadhorde, I guess, because I guess just because they get spell pierced so much. And then we can bring in some Duresses. I'm doing pretty well, don't I? Having a good day. Makes me pretty happy too, or to be fair. Hey Ty. I think I'm actually going to bring in these Duresses. I think part of how we win is protecting a Wildgrowth Walker. God, this matchup seems sketch. Not gonna lie. Just like a little bit sketch. I am not a believer in these Thrashing Brontodons. I'm sorry, Wyatt. The old 3/4 for free is not the most exciting card to me. Aww. I'm glad you think so, Shamashka. I'm so excited for the blush emote. The blush emote's going to be delightful. I was probably meant to play the Overgrown Tomb in case I want to trophy at some point soon, since the Beacon casts the Teferi anyway. What would I recommend you run for tomorrow's MCQ? I believe the best decks, based on what I've seen, though I've not played a huge amount of the format yet, are like Mono Red is very good. I think White Weenie is very good. This Command the Dreadhorde deck actually has felt pretty decent so far. But I haven't played that many games with it yet. I know people have been speaking really highly of it. Seems rough against like the Is It Phoenix matchup. Like, I feel like there must be a better way to build this, just in terms of like making your threats line up, or making your answers line up better against people who are trying to beat you in various ways. But I'm gonna cast this Teferi, try and slow down my opponent a bit. I kind of want to bounce the Electromancer instead of the Phoenix. If I bounce the Phoenix, they're just gonna like discard it because of the Electromancer and then like run it at my face again. Yeah, I think so. Part of the reason I really like Mono White and Mono Red at the moment is just like it's very, very hard to know the exact angle you're meant to be attacking the format on. And it feels like if you make a slightly wrong choice, people can be like that one step ahead of you pretty easily. Whereas like Mono White and Mono Red, sure, if your opponent has lots of hate for you, then you're in trouble. But you don't just like functionally lose to any strategies in the same way. Would I play Mono White over Dreadhorde? I don't know what I would actually play if I had an MCQ myself tomorrow, Ty. I'm kind of just like started diving into Standard a bit more properly these last couple days. Hey Bluebee, great to see you. This is a heckin' problem. Not gonna lie. I don't think I would play Dreadhorde myself in an MCQ. So at least part of that is just like I've not had many games of the deck. Haven't solidified any feelings on it. You got knocked out the MCQW. No! That's so heartbreaking. I'm sorry to hear that, Bloopy. What did you play? I know I saw it was Simic. It was something Simic. But I didn't see anything other than that. He played the Simic Thief deck. The Simic Thief deck seems so good. I need to play that some more. It seems like the decks it beats, they just like never have a chance against you. And like if you can tune it to have some game against like Mono Red and Mono White and those sorts of decks, then it ends up being like really well positioned. Alright, so I cast my Tamiyo. I don't know what I'm getting back here. I kind of want to get back a trophy to kill this Kefnet, I think. Do you have your list anywhere, Bluebee? I'm kind of curious to try it. Especially if the Mono Red matchup is better. Sounds like a lot of fun. Awesome. Thank you. Appreciate you. Alright, so we get to kill this Kefnet. Kinda want to hold back a blocker for this Electromancer, which can just be the Druid because it has hexproof. So I can still swing with this Wildgrowth Walker. And get the Kefnet off the board. If they draw any cards. Awesome. Thank you so much, Bluebee. That is great. I've seen like so many different Thief lists, it's like really hard to know what one to play. But I'll give this one a try. Alright, so you're playing like lots of Mana Dorks instead of Growth Spiral. I'm definitely just gonna trade with the Selection Monster. Alright, attack with my 3/5, I guess. Jadelight Ranger. I just want a Jadelight Ranger. It's all I want. Might need another Jadelight Ranger after that one, if I'm being honest. This is a sorcery. Toughness X or less. Okay. I've never actually cast this card before. So we just go... X is 2. You and you. Hope that they don't have enough spells. How do they have a Kefnet? Oh, they put the Kefnet back on top after the Assassin's Trophy? That makes sense. It's also a problem. Alright, alright. This is medium yike. It's like a reasonable quantity of yike. Ooh. Please resolve. We get the 2 life as well. The 2 life is kind of huge. What are we doing with this Tamiyo? I could Finale of Eternity, but that doesn't kill the Kefnet. I could get... Oh, did it tap on my white mana? If it didn't tap on my white mana, I could get back to Teferi, go up to 6, bounce the Kefnet, and I think that would be really strong. But it did tap all my white mana. A bit of me wonders if I could, like, plus for Jadelight Ranger. Maybe that's just my best option. Could also minus for the trophy, I just don't know that that's powerful enough. See ya, Bluebee. Have a nice nap. And see you around. I guess I'm just gonna rebuy the trophy. I'm not sure I love this line, but if we untap with the Tamiyo and grab a Jadelight Ranger next turn, it's like kind of asking for a lot, but I think that would be good enough. Just need opponent to keep bricking over that. That does not count as bricking. In fact. At least we know the Teferi line wouldn't have been good enough. We'd go up to 6, but then they'd have the 2 Phoenixes. Alright, that was something. Yeah, I guess I just run it back. I guess Command the Dreadhorde's bad, not just because of Spell Pierce, but also because of Lava Coil, right? They can, like, exile my Wildgrowth Walkers. Oh, they can't Finale with Teferi in play. Y'all are right. Jeez. So if we cast the Teferi, maybe that's just good enough. Huh. Okay. This is kind of keepable. Oh my god, I needed to play the Hinterland Harbor. This is the worst timeline, chat. This is the worst timeline. I knew I was meant to keep the Hinterland Harbor when I play the Hinterland Harbor when I kept the hand too. I like acknowledged it in my head that that was the play I was gonna do, and then I talked a bunch. How come you can't undo a shock land? Because it's already like kind of entered play. You're making the decision on like what it should do. Alright. So obviously be a bit easier if I have one of these 2-drops in play. They mill a Phoenix. They did not. I wonder if I'm just meant to minus cash in my card now. I'm probably meant to plus. Being able to bounce an Electromancer is so nice. Legion Warboss. That one I was not expecting. I guess they figure they're just going to kill all the Wildgrowth Walkers anyway, right? Makes sense. I did not in fact play the Mythic Qualifier. Didn't quite need to. There's also a reason not to minus, indeed. I wasn't really expecting Legion Warbosses in against me. Guess it kind of makes sense. Yeah, I know they play the Warbosses. I figured Warboss would be bad against Wildgrowth Walker, though I guess, like, Wildgrowth Walker is the only thing that stops it, and it's really good against everything else in our deck. And they kind of need to kill the Wildgrowth Walkers regardless, so it does make a bit of sense. Bounce the 1/1. Maybe this is a spew. Maybe we can, like, actually kind of deal with the Warboss long term, whereas we can't really deal with a Crackling Drake long term. That makes sense, Hunker Junk. Makes a ton of sense. Oh, Phoenix, huh? I think I just want to play some green creatures. Get my beatdowns on. Ooh, that is actually a nice one. Getting snare-opted. Snare-opt is good enough for vintage. Bounce Warboss, hold up, cast down. I guess I would protect it from the Arclight Phoenix there. Alright, they get that Divination. Don't tap my black mana, please. So I'm gonna cast this. I guess I'm just gonna bounce the Phoenix. It's like kinda awkward. They can rummage away the Phoenix pretty easily, but I don't feel like I can just like leave the Phoenix in play forever. And cast downing the Phoenix would have like the same end result as them rummaging it away. Now we have the cast down up. I can kill a Phoenix. Keep my Teferi alive. Which I do believe I'm going to do. Teferi doesn't matter too much, but I kind of want to cast this cast down anyway, just to like be a bit ahead on tempo and on board here. So I really want to play this Jadelight Ranger. Means I don't get to Tamiyo, but I just want to like be presenting pressure, right? If I draw a land, I can maybe play the Tamiyo anyway, depending on how things look. So I could just play Tamiyo. It misses out on 2 damage. Yeah, keeping Teferi alive to shut down Finale is nice, that's true. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I want to play this Tamiyo, right? Because I still get in for free, so I still have Lethal on board next turn. They need to have a removal spell. I can either plus Tamiyo to make sure she can't die, or I could minus to get a cast down. And cast down's like currently one of the best cards in my deck. But plussing Tamiyo makes it like really hard for my opponent to actually kill her. I think I'm just going to name Tamiyo. So I know I have a bunch of them in my deck. And like drawing another Tamiyo just gives me a lot of versatility in terms of what I want to do next turn. Wow, we actually beat Phoenix. This matchup feels really tough. I'm not gonna lie. I'm kind of surprised by that. Getting another Tamiyo, yeah, just... The Tamiyo getting a Tamiyo is just so powerful. Makes it really hard for your opponent to actually shut you out. Yeah, that game was sweet. I messed up my land drop on turn 1, but everything else I think went pretty well. I should have a quick look at my emails. Emotes might have arrived. Alright, probably just like a little longer till we get them. Alright, we'll play first. I don't believe this is keepable. That's perfect mana. Ah, okay, Paul. I missed out on that bit. That makes sense. There's no, like, huge rush anyway. I know, like, the work she does will be amazing.
Our first stream, baby, and I am so happy. Alali love, I hope it gets it looks from you because you're adorable, Alali dreamy.
Oh my gosh, Marcus. Thank you for the 9 months of support. And for the stream, baby. Thank you so much, Marcus. Appreciate you. I'm so sad. I'm not going to be at Copenhagen, by the way, Marcus. As heartbreaking as that is. I'm going to mulligan this, I don't know. Wow. Strictly worse version of the first hand. I mean, I don't really want to go to 5. This is a yike. This, my friends, is why you don't mulligan. Yeah, so my plan, Marcus, I'm actually going to be going to SCG Con. And then staying out in the States for like 2.5 weeks. This is literally our 7, but with worse mana. This is wild. So my plan is going to SCG Con for the Invi. And then I'm going to go stay with Cass for like 1.5 weeks. And probably stream from her apartment. And then go to Vegas for the MC. Which means I will be in the US during the weekend of Copenhagen. This is a strange attack to me. Don't I just like want to snap off this block every time? Keep my opponent off like Legion's Landing flipping. Keep the board clear for my Planeswalkers. I guess they could have like a 2-1 they want to like safety resolve, but... Yeah, I'm sad to be missing out on Seattle. Seattle would have been sweet. I imagine Cass will be on the stream sometimes, yeah. Sounds fun. What am I blowing up with this Vraska? If I blow up the 2-2, there's a chance I get another Vraska activation. But like, blowing up the history buys me a lot of the time in the long run. Blowing up the 2-2 is really sad if my opponent untaps and plays Banalish Marshal. We do need to get some stuff in the yard too. For this Command the Dreadhorde at some point. Maybe not killing the history is just irresponsible. I know it's like 2 more damage than... I guess it's like the same amount of damage. And this has so much more upside. Yeah, I'm just going to kill the token. 4, 5, 6 permanence goes up to 7. There's also a world in which they just like get the city's blessing this turn. Okay, this is kind of problematic, but... Yep. That is a Command the Dreadhorde. Strong magic card. Oh my gosh. Ooh. Tamiyo. Alright. So I can play my Tamiyo. What am I naming with Tamiyo? Tamiyo's gonna die in combat next turn. But I do want to plus. So I mainly want to get stuff in the yard for the Command the Dreadhorde more than anything. So I guess I want to, like, maybe name something that I don't want in the yard? I don't know. This is tough. So I've already got the Dreadhorde in hand. I'm really not sure what to name. So I want all the explore creatures in the yard. I want Teferi in the yard. Yeah, I could just get cast down, but they're in the board. It would have to be Assassin's Trophy. I'm honestly not sure what to name. Not sure what to name, so I guess I'm just gonna do the classic. Alright, we got a Wildgrowth Walker with our Branchwalker now, which is good. This is actually a really good set of cards to Dreadhorde. Right? Gets to bounce a token, gain some life, develop a board. We've actually got a real nice Dreadhorde coming up next turn, and they're gonna kill a bunch of our stuff for us to return as well. So this is good. I think we're pretty happy with the situation. I guess I don't have enough mana now. I didn't realize I was going to be having it turn off because I sacked a land. That's actually really awkward. That makes this a lot worse than I thought. I still think we're like not in a terrible position, but I prefer they them, Frogger. Thank you for asking. Gideon. Yike. That's a lot. This is 12 damage. We'd go down to 11. I guess I chump block just to gain 4 life. Be able to return more with the Dreadhorde. Thanks, Farka. Appreciate you checking. Now we need a land drop. That is, in fact, a land drop. 15 life. Okay. So, 2, 4, 7. Vraska would make it 11. Druid would make it 13, but then we'd get to, like, chump block with the Druid, which is worth more than 2 life. Seems reasonable. Alright, submit this. Ooh, Tamiyo is a bit slow, I think. Oh, that means I can chump block with the Branchwalker and rebuy the Branchwalker. So maybe she's fine, and she gains us 2 life with the beacon. I'm actually going to keep the Tamiyo. I don't know if that's good enough, but... Then I can go... Bounce your free. Kill your Snuphorn Sentry. Oh, I could have killed the Gideon. Jeez. I forgot this is just like free mana CMC. You can just like Vraska or Gideon. It's kind of absurd. Yeah, I should have killed the Gideon. It's a bit awkward. Hopefully that doesn't cost us. I'm just like not used to playing with Vraska in like a Planeswalker world. Might cost us. They're getting to Baffling End my Wildgrowth Walker. I'm gonna have to chump block a bunch here. So I do get to Tamiyo to gain 2 life, but chumping with the Branchwalker doesn't do as much now that they've Baffling Ended my Wildgrowth Walker. Yeah, I should have got rid of this Gideon. It's like functionally the same as a Snuphorn Sentry here, kind of. Except like it gets to ultimate next turn if they want. Wish there's a way to gain more life next turn. No, our draw's been like really clunky. It still feels like we've almost stabilized. We're only like a little bit away. So does Lily make sense in this build? Could do. Instead of the Ugin, maybe? Ugin's much better at answering Planeswalkers, though, which is kind of nice. So I can go like Jadelight Ranger, can block a 4/4. Tamiyo can like plus or minus. That doesn't really do enough. So we'd go up to 7 life, get to block a 4/4, but then we take exactly 7. Trying to figure out if there's any way out of this. I can like return Teferi and Snubhorn Sentry. Teferi can bounce this. Snubhorn can block this, but we still die. Yeah, I don't think we have any ways out of this. Yeah, Vraska's looked pretty good so far, even when I'm forgetting to get rid of Gideon's with her. She's looked pretty decent. Just like so many free mana Planeswalkers running around, which makes her a lot better. Right, is there a sideboard guide for white weenie? Azorius aggro, so Azorius deck is okay, so apparently against Azorius aggro you bring in Brontodons, Finales, cast downs, trim on Tamiyos, and take out all the Dreadhordes. Like a tiny bit surprised with taking out all the Dreadhordes. I guess they cost too much life. It's kind of nice that game. We got to like return a bunch of explore creatures, but drawing more than one copy is really rough at the very least. Maybe I want the second Ugin. Maybe Ugin's just better than Command the Dreadhorde in terms of like gumming up the ground. I could see that. Try something like this. Oh, we have these Moment of Cravings too, huh? Let's probably have these in the deck. Cut a Paradise Druid for 1. Alright, this seems good. Alright, we will play first. This is a decent hand. Removal spells into Teferi, just like kind of the dream. Kill that 1-drop, bounce that 2-drop. Maybe even bounce a token if we're lucky. Oh wow. They on the Guildgate draw. That's pretty good for us. Yeah, I can just Moment of Craving the Aspirant, play Teferi, and plus. And then they have to like play creatures into an onboard Teferi, which seems miserable. Because they could just play their own Teferi. Deal. Alright. Bounce your Skymarch Aspirant. Oh my god, Hunger Junk, that's incredible. Sounds like kinda living the dream. We don't know, Leo. We'll find out about that closer to the time, I imagine. It's kinda hard just to turn down more removal spells. see if we can get our second card out of this Teferi in a little while. I do not have secret insider information. I would like to block, please, and thank you. Yike. Alright, yes, I know I'm plussing this next turn. If I cast this now, though, I don't have to pay life to cast that one off the Overgrown Tomb. And I know I'm killing that token regardless. So that I can get my second card out of my Teferi. So I might as well just do this now. Alright. This lets the Tribunal the Teferi, if they want. But it also means that we get like max value in bouncing the token. Okay, if I kill the Aspirant now, then I could potentially shut them off Tribunal. If they were planning to like max convoke the Tribunal, this gets them, which is really nice. Bounce this. Probably just bounce the Vampire too whilst we're at it. Repulse is so good against tokens. Repulse is like a little messed up against tokens. Now we have our Ugin at the ready as well. They need to have a Tribunal for Ugin, or else the game probably ends. Ooh. Rude. I guess I'm just on the triple terminate mode. I imagine the Teferi is worth more than my 2-1. I'm not like 100% sure yet. Interplanar Beacon is real strong. Sure is. So 4 toughness. This card's also pretty strong. Good old Plague Wind. Oh, I didn't even cast my Ugin. Just wanted to cast Ugin. Is that too much to ask for? I kind of like how that sideboard plan worked out. It's probably a bit worse on the draw, but seems decent. I don't know, I'm still not convinced by boarding out all 4 Command the Dreadhordes. I feel like it could be a fine 1 or 2 of, but I'm not sure what else I would want to take out instead. See you, Donut. Have a great weekend. Thanks for hanging out. It's really hard to get hearts to show up well on camera. I need to practice my hand hearts. Get into a regime. Perfecting hand hearts is a necessity. That sounds pretty nice. Trophy's not the most exciting against them, but Branchwalker and Teferi are both pretty decent magic cards. Hey there, Henratius. Good to have you here. Yeah, this list is fun. I've been enjoying it so far. We're doing like okay with it. Not amazingly, but feels like it can hold its own. Alright, this is a nice draw. Hopefully they don't have the baffling end. Or Tribunal. No! So rude. when this leaves the battlefield. Huh. Oh my god, that's a good magic card. Okay. I kind of want to free. I guess they just recast the Baffling End to take the free though, so that doesn't even work. I guess what I really want to do is buy time for Massacre Girl to hit the battlefield. I think I'm just going to cast Teferi as a repulse on a creature. Just like, buys us a bit of time, buys us a bit of life. What's this protecting? Sky Marcher. Cool, we'll bounce the Sky Marcher then to undo this protection. And we have a Finale. That is also nice. With both Massacre Girl and Finale in hand, I think we're going to be okay against most things. We can even trophy the Gideon next turn, so the Gideon's not too scary. I guess trophy lets them go find an island, which is decent. Definitely think it seems like a good play though. I can need a Branchwalker in case I hit an untapped source for my trophy. Yeah, the tokens work with Gauta. Hey there, Mavie. Good to see you. Alright, pay 2 life. Trophy the Gids. Opponent does get to go get an island here, potentially, if they've boarded one in. Does not have the island in their sideboard, sick. And even if they have Banalish Marshal, the Branchwalker lets the Massacre Girl chain all the way up regardless. Yeah, even through Loxodon, right? Because we have the Branchwalker in play, we get to chain all the way up with Massacre Girl. This is a little disgusting, what's about to happen. It's gonna be a massacre. That's what it's gonna be. Hey there, RC. Good to have you here. Oh my god. This is a lot. Oh, it doesn't hit everything? Wait, was there a gap in the chain that I missed? I guess we still get to Finale next turn, so it's like... Wait, there must have been a gap in the chain that I missed. Oh, because they got to sack their Dauntless Bodyguard. Oh, huh. That's really smart. I did not realize that. Yeah, they used the Indestructible ability. I did not realize they could do that. I've never played with Massacre Girl before. That's so sad. This Massacre Girl card seems like a bit awkward. We only got to even start the chain because we had a Branchwalker in play. And then like every Loxodon and Marshal and Dauntless Bodyguard just makes things like increasingly trickier. Jeez, just like losing the game where we have two Plague Winds. Huh. White Weenie is just really impressive. I don't get why we don't see White Weenie played more. Every time I play against it. I think I'm going to play one more match. I might try something different. Those deckers felt like pretty good. Definitely haven't been like amazed by it or anything though. Like the fact that you're... So like half the matchups against all the aggro decks, you're just boarding out Command the Dreadhordes anyway. At which point you're like a bad Sultai deck. You're like a Sultai deck that doesn't get access to like Hydroid Crisis, Find Finality. What do I think about mono blue in standard at the moment? I think the deck's decent. I don't think it's as amazing as it used to be, but I think you can still put up like a decent fight against people. I think Teferi's like actually surprisingly beatable. Blast Zone is really problematic, but people aren't playing many of that card. Alright. Assassin's Trophy versus Fanatical Fighter round. Who will win? Hey there, Dokamoy. Glad you could catch some of the stream. Okay. Yep. Sounds about right. Oh my gosh. Okay, we found a spell we can cast. Also finds us our land drops. Maybe put some stuff in the bin for Dreadhordes. It's a good start. So I think I have to put this in the graveyard, right? So I don't have an explore creature for it at the moment anyway. At least this powers up my Command the Dreadhorde. Makes that card do something. If the Jadelight Ranger dies. Obviously that costs us life, which is a pretty risky proposition, but... Did I participate in the MCQ? I actually wasn't allowed to participate. Because I'm an MPL member, I'm already qualified for all the Arena Mythic Championships. And as a result, I'm not allowed to play in qualifiers. 4th Dreadhorde, excellent, excellent. I feel like this has been happening unusually often. We draw 0 or like 3 Dreadhordes. Command the playset. Yike. Oh my god. That was a strong draw, chat. Oh my lord. You remember when this used to be an A-Lily DT stream? Yeah. Once upon a time I could demonic tutor in a former life. Am I allowed to scoop, chat? I kinda want to scoop. I need the top, like, 10 cards of my opponent's deck to be lands. To be fair, if the top 10 cards of my opponent's deck are lands, I can, like, hypothetically win. The meta is so stale, neither player is playing any new cards. We're just playing all these, like, Assassin's Trophies and Vraskas. That is functionally similar to a land. Alright. Mm-hmm. We die with actual 7 uncastables in hand. Jeez. That was something. That was certainly something. Alright, what does Wyatt have to say about mono red? brings in cast downs, moments, Brontodons, and recommends a small number of Duress. Takes out all the Dreadhordes, couple Tamiyos, trims on this nonsense. Cool. I guess we just want the Ugins as a way to kill Frenzy. Hey there, Kate. Good to see ya. Yeah, we probably just need Ugin to kill Frenzy. Is Massacre Girl? I guess Massacre Girl is probably good. No, I feel like if I don't have Ugin, I'm just so scared of Experimental Frenzy. I guess like Teferi buys you a bit of time. You got the Brontodons. Tamiyo can rebuy the Brontodons. Maybe it's fine. Probably don't want too many expensive cards in our deck anyway, as evidenced by the game where we draw all 5 6-drops. Yes. Alright. This is acceptable. Opponent's on the mold 6-2. Helps us out a bit. Ooh, that is nice. I will happily keep a removal spell. Especially since it means we can potentially, if we draw like something else to do early, can potentially plan on like holding these until turn 4. And going like turn 4, play both of these. Hope that they don't have like a lightning strike up at the time. It's like not that great, because they probably have the coils in to answer the Wildgrowth Walker anyway. Yeah, maybe I'm just meant to play the Wildgrowth Walker anyway. Just hope that they can't do it right away. Hope that they just have like shocks and stuff in hand. Because I kind of want to cast down a Steamkin anyway. Because this just trades for all my random explore creatures. Truth test. So if I block, they can shock the Wildgrowth Walker. If I don't block, they can light up the stage. This is a coward stream. It's always been a coward stream. Never not a coward stream. So if they Wizards Lightning that Wildgrowth Walker now, I'm gonna scream. Alright, alright. That's good. I am a chicken, Dokamoy. You know this. Ooh, that is a nice one. Well, so Wildgrowth Walker ain't blocking. So yes, it's attacking. They get to play a Steamy Boy this turn. Or a Tybalt's. Huh. Means that the light up the stage cards disappear. Obviously this card's a bit annoying to deal with, but you raise chickens, they are fierce cuties. What do I do? What do I do? I like really want to play a Thrashy Bee. Also feel I need to like pressure the Tybalt to get the Jadelight Ranger down safely at some point. I guess I just attack with the Branchwalker, trade with some garbage. And then play my Thrashy Bee. Oh, awesome, Leo. Getting a ferret sounds sweet. Ferrets are great. Alright, goodbye, Branchwalker. You will be missed. this, I assure you. There's the Steamy. So I can kill the Steamy. And then if they want to block the Brontodon, I guess they have to get the Devil, which helps with that a bit. So it wouldn't quite be a 2-for-1. I also just like need this in play for an experimental frenzy, kinda. It's part of the fear. Maybe I just accept I'm not getting the life gain off the Ranger, but that I get a 4/6 instead. That sounds reasonable. Just like really don't want to lose my Brontodon. Ooh, this one seems pretty good. I think I'm in for a Vraska. I can play my Temple Garden. Swing with my Wildgrowth Walker. To take down a Tibalt. If they do some like ambitious triple block, I get to use the cast down. Cool. I'm very happy to just eat through this Pyromancer. I might just meant to kill the Steamkin now. I kind of don't want my opponent to have the chance to make mana with it. It's probably fine to let them untap though. Alright. Attacking with the Devil. So if I block it, killing Thrashy Bee becomes really easy. They could also just be trying to enable light at the stage, but they only have 2 of those left. Kind of just don't want to expose my Thrashy Bee. Whatever. No blocks. A bit awkward unless it's like specifically skewer, they get to enable it on my turn anyway. Ooh, as always, it's lightning. I'm gonna kill the Steamkin. Deny them the mana. Deny them the 4/4. Alright, Vraska. So, Vraska just kills a Lava Runner. Get to attack them with both my creatures, and that's like a pretty fast clock. I do lose my Vraska that way though. But I don't really have permanents I want to sacrifice at the moment that much. It seems pretty decent to me. Get some pressure going. Obviously my opponent can kill the Vraska pretty easily. I'm not too concerned about that. Alright, Experimental Frenzy. I'm just gonna kill my Bront. It's not too concerning though. Ooh. Maybe it won't kill my Bront. And we know they have a spell on top too. So you even get to shuffle away the spell if they want to get a land. Yeah, this seems decent for me, right? I don't quite have lethal in play next turn, but getting to keep my Brontodon around is nice. Definitely want to do this now. Don't want them to like untap and be able to cast a lightning strike or something off the top. Yeah, I'm not like the biggest fan of these mythic sleeves, but I guess it's kind of nice for people to have a memento. It makes sense. So I should just do this now. I don't think it makes much of a difference, but I think they're just like dead regardless of when I use this. Alright, gonna be 1-1. Oh, I really love the Simic sleeves. They are great. I need to get the Narset sleeves at some point soon. This deck seems really good. I've been enjoying it. I don't think it's like amazing, but it has felt pretty decent. I wonder if the list in the article only has 2 Duress. Has 3 Duress, okay, so he's just actively choosing to only board in 2. That makes sense. I guess you don't want to like flood on Duress effects in the late game against mono red, but having like a Duress to protect your Wildgrowth Walker early on is nice. I've had the pleasure of playing the mirror. Yeah, I have not. I've heard bad things about the mirror. I guess I'm gonna keep this, but I don't love it. This might just be too slow on the draw. Would you say it is Command the Dreadful? Dokomoy. You don't have to validate that comment with a response. I can feel the response already. You could say it's even more dreadful than that pun. Awesome. That's a low bar. Alright, this Chain Whirler is a bit of an issue. Don't entirely know how we're gonna deal with him. Ooh, that is a good one. I don't know if it's just too slow. We got a 3-2 that can block pretty well. I kinda need my opponent not to draw another spell for like the next few years. At least. I'm gonna get real greedy and play the Wildgrowth Walker here. I'm like pretty far behind. I think I just need to take the high upside play. Don't know if I can block this Lava Runner. If they had a Lightning Strike, they'd have used it already. Chain Whirler doesn't do anything. It's specifically Shock. I don't even know how many Shocks they'd even have in against our deck post-board. You're free from the Hellscape from Omer. Well done, Jay. Hey, there's Selene. I got my 15 wins in, so I don't have to play that moment anymore either. God, blocking might just be really greedy. When we're about to go Ranger into Ugin. Yeah, and it only does 1 damage. I'm just not gonna block. Yike. So I get to gain 6 life. Oh my god. That is a good draw. Jeez. We're actually in this. Somehow. And we have the backup. Demonic Tutor, people. You should register more Demonic Tutors in your standard decks. Yeah, I agree, Selene. I think if it had been like get to 5 wins or like 9 wins or something, would have been really sweet. Getting to 15 wins is just like a lot. I don't think I attack. I think the Ugin's gonna take over. I just want to be able to block. Tybalt. Alright. Sure. Tybalt versus Ugin. Who would win? Place your bets. Don't actually place bets. I don't think I'm allowed to endorse such behavior. So, you know, I retract that statement. However, if you would be of the opinion that Ugin would win, you would probably be correct. Yeah, I agree, Selene. If they had like the free tiers just be the cards you own, I think that would have worked really well. It's a nice idea. Like, didn't completely work, but I'm excited for the Singleton week. The Singleton week's gonna be nice. I enjoy Singleton an unreasonable amount. Oh, the stained glass planeswalkers are pretty. I like them. Agree. Ooh. Gain some life right here. Dece. Oh wait, there's a Tibble in play. Yeah. Let's bounce this devil. Just keep plus in my Ugin. Some point we'll attack, I guess. I don't know, I'm kind of enjoying this. This whole not attacking lifestyle is pretty nice. Like, the Ugin can just start blowing garbage up to clear away. Once his Chain Whirler's down, like, attacking is nice. Hey Mare, great to see you. Hope you're doing well. I don't really want to be able to go like chump with my devil, draw a lightning strike, kill the Ugin, but we probably still easily win from that position. It probably doesn't even matter. Alright. Bye bye Chain Whirler. Move to combat. Send this one at the Tybalt. I kind of just want the Tybalt out of play, honestly. I'm just going to send like 2 at the Tybalt. Yeah, opponent agrees. That was pretty convincing. I guess my opponent just like flooded a bit. We had a pretty absurd turn drawing that Assassin's Trophy. You know what, I want one more game. One more match. Still not like entirely sure I feel about this. It feels like pretty powerful. It's kind of awkward that you just like board out your namesake card in half your matchups. And then you're like a worse version of Sultai in those matchups. But like obviously the Dreadhorde plan does go way over the top of like the mid-range and control decks that aren't playing Assassin's Trophy. Not Trophy, Counter Magic. That aren't playing Dovin's Veto. This is needs a white source, but like this hand just has like a lot of good draws available to it. If we draw an Explore creature, this ends up really good. We draw a white source, this ends up really good. Just like lacking a piece or two. Can get there pretty easily. Ooh, there's the white source. Okay. Obviously my opponent can go ahead and kill this Wildgrowth Walker, but I'm still going to run it out. Does this season count towards the next MCQ weekend? I'm pretty sure it does. Aw, Sora! Thank you for the 5-month free sub. Thank you for those 5 months of continued support, Sora. They mean a lot to me. Hey there, it's good to see you. Hope you're doing well, Sora. Alright, just gonna go ahead and repulse the Steamy. Buy ourselves a little time, stop it getting counters. Dig a little deeper for some Explore creatures. I'm doing great, Sora. Life is really good. Excited to be back streaming. Had a little bit of a break, but I kind of want to learn Standard now. If I block, they can shock my Wildgrowth Walker, but I don't even have an Explore creature in hand. So whatever. Also excited for my next trip is going to be nice. Because it's like, I'm going to be going to SCG Con as part of it. Lots of awesome people going to that one I don't get to see very often. I should learn Maverick now. You have no idea how many events I have to prepare for at the moment, man. It's kind of crazy. The next, like, month of my life is just going to be a little bit overwhelmingly busy. Because I have like a week and a half to decide on a standard deck and a modern deck for SCG Con. And then I'll have like 2 weeks to decide on a standard deck for Vegas. Yeah, you have to pay for the travel and hotel costs. But that isn't like too bad. Because obviously like the money you're earning helps cover that to an extent. If I play Maverick, you'll cuddle me. Pretty sure you'll cuddle me if I don't play Maverick though, Mare. Pretty sure I see through this this claim. Alright. I am going to float a green. Cycle this Hinterland Harbor. Do I prefer modern or standard? I prefer standard by a lot. Standard's like maybe just my favorite format. Really interesting to explore, like figure out how to beat whatever meta's going on. Ooh, Teferi resets the Steamy. It's not that impressive. I saw through your ruse. It's a tricky one to see through. I kind of just want to find more explore creatures, and I feel like we've already got a bunch of decent plays to make. So I'm just going to dump the Teferi into the yard. Then we're going to hope there's not another Chain Whirler in our future. Hold back all the creatures to protect Vraska. Maybe get another -3 out of her. Mono red and burn, plenty of time to eat lunch between rounds, jeez. I actually quite enjoy playing standard mono red. I'm not sure I could register burn though. Like, burn's just so badly positioned at the moment is the problem. Or it feels that way. Yeah, this is 4-color. It's been doing pretty well for us so far. So I could just Plague Wind, but I really want to keep this Wildgrowth Walker in play. Could also just blow up a Steamy. Keep hitting my land drops here. Kinda like just blowing up the Steamy with Vraska. Then if we decide we do want to Massacre Girl next turn for whatever reason, we have the option of like sacking a creature to draw a card. Just gonna keep holding these back to protect Vraska. Sure. Yeah, Mono Red's actually like surprisingly fun to play at the moment. Like, having access to Frenzy is just like such a different angle of attack from normal, which is really nice. It's a bit frustrating for the people who have to play against it, as in this specific case, but I know Tamiyo, rebuy Teferi, bounce Frenzy. I guess that's the line. Only buys me a turn, but it does buy me a turn. Oh, awesome. I'm glad you enjoyed the article. I really enjoyed writing that one. The problem is if I minus for Teferi, I'm going to lose at least one Planeswalker to their board. Especially with this Wizard's Lightning in my opponent's hand. Which is not great. I just feel like I need to buy time from the Frenzy is the problem. This stops them recasting the Frenzy next turn if they want to pressure my Planeswalkers. So that's pretty nice. Alright. Bounce the Frenzy. And I believe I'm going to sack something. I don't know if it's the Teferi or the 2-1. The 2-1 sucks against Chainwaller at any point later in the game. Oh, interesting, Reaps. I'll look into that. Thank you. Appreciate you. If I sack the Teferi, it doesn't like force them to attack with as much stuff. I guess I'm just going to sack the Druid. It doesn't get to block this turn. Sucks against Chainwhirler later in the game. I will look into finding a compressor for my mic. Obviously I can't do that for this stream, but I can see if that's something I can set up. Yeah, there's a Chainwhirler, wow. So glad we sacked this. I guess they still get to eat the Teferi, so it was like the same against Chainwhirler either way, but... Aha, so you get to Wizard's Lightning plus Frenzy this turn. Alright. This is interesting. If they run attacks first, I get to block with the Ranger. But if they Lightning first, the Wildgrowth Walker gets to eat an attacker. Oh, except the Steamkin would be at 4/4. And I wouldn't want to block the Steamkin. Oh my god, Mare. Aw, thank you so much, Lo the Meek, for that 5-month resub. That means a lot to me. Thank you for the continued support. Glad to have you here. Alright, they're not even attacking with the Steamkin. Just gonna let me eat one of these. Awesome. We get to untap with a Tamiyo. Maybe try and find something. Do we just name Command the Dreadhorde? Yes, we do. Nice. So I could get the second Wildgrowth Walker in play before commanding, but I also kind of want to kill this Experimental Frenzy. I think this is going to be good enough. I would be shocked if this isn't good enough. So we're on 18. They have an X1. Look at my graveyard. So we definitely want the Explorers. So this puts us down to 13 and gains us 9. I can take the Ugin to kill the Frenzy. So this puts me down to 7. Taking the Vraska would put me down to 3, but then I'm going to gain 9 back. Oh yeah, Chainwhirler's a pretty good blocker, that's true. Maybe the Chainwhirler's better, I'm not sure. I'm going to try this, but... Alright. Get to gain some life back. I guess? I don't know. I don't have that much life to spend at this point, but I guess it's fine. Alright. God, minusing both of these just like so sad against the Chainwhirler. Beacon triggers on cast. Alas. Yeah, opponent's pretty fed up with this game. Don't blame them. Alright. So we take these out of our deck. Yes. Wyatt Darby has a sideboard guide for this deck up on Star City Games. So you can find one there. Alright. So Wyatt's suggestions say trim a couple of Tamiyos, trim a Teferi and a Vraska, 2 Duresses. This is not the Mythic event. I'm already qualified for MC3, so I'm not allowed to take part in the qualifier weekend. I'm kind of wondering if I'm meant to trim some number of Paradise Druids, against Goblin Chainwhirler. Feels like a bit weird to like trim a Paradise Druid to bring in like another expensive thing. But I certainly don't think Paradise Druid is amazing here. Ugin's like actually seemed pretty decent. You can kinda buy some time in the early game to get to Ugin. Where can we see your MPL matches? I don't know when it's being broadcast this week. I think it's in like an hour. I think the MPL matches are going to be in an hour's time. I don't think my one is being shown this week, but they'll have like the results and stuff there, and show a bunch of other people's MPL matches. This is a tiny bit slow on the draw, but I think it's fine. Yeah, Mythic Championship is the new naming system for Pro Tours. That is correct. Alright, play this. Cool. They didn't do anything on their first 2 turns. That's really good for us. Very slow draw from the opponent. So they were saving the Pyromancer for the light up the stage. Ooh, I want to play this with a free drop next turn, right? This turn I want to play like a Jadelight Ranger or something. It's really sad if this Duress ends up missing as a result. It's also annoying if they play a Vraska. I think it was probably just a mistake for me to choose Nexus, is the honest answer. The problem was that... So I registered my deck, like, the day before Jeskai Planeswalkers, like, completely broke out at SCG. And I think that the Nexus deck kind of sucks against, like, the Jeskai Planeswalkers-esque decks. The decks are just, like, a bunch of Narsets and Teferis. But I don't know, it kind of made sense at the time. Obviously, like, I guess everyone else is working on slightly old information too. So, like, I definitely just want to duress them. I don't feel like I'm going to have much more of an opportunity after this point to duress them. Get a bit more of an idea of what the best play is going to be. So if they play the Frenzy, they can't cast those spells for a while. They are going to play the Frenzy. It does make it a bit awkward, Dokomoy. That is correct. Starts in an hour? Sweet. I kind of want to bounce the Pyromancer if they're going to cast Frenzy. Maybe this is ambitious. There's like no world in which they're not casting this, right? So I get to plus my Teferi anyway. Like, buy myself some time. Stats so far. I think we're like 3-2 or something. 4-2. Haven't really been keeping track. Just want to kill this. Obviously the Pyromancer can kill the Teferi, but that is fine. Don't really care about this Teferi too much. Then these get to like clear up the whole board pretty comfortably. Alright, ooh. Change of... We only get to make this an X4 and they have the coil in hand. Yeah, I still kind of just want to clear up the whole board. Oh no, Insomniac. That's really sad. I'm sorry you didn't get a chance to play it. We're not actually playing the qualifier weekend at the moment ourselves, because I'm already qualified, but I'm sorry you missed out on that opportunity. Alright, so they have to try and kill this Vraska, or else we get to start cashing in lands, gaining life. Oh, sorry about that, Kuka. I don't know how many people are going to get through on, like, it's not just going to be people that get through to 8 wins, right? There's going to be some on 7, at least. Probably meant to leave open Teferi mana there in case this hits land. Yeah, I assume some number of X2s make it. I'd be surprised if none of them do. I could just bounce the Branchwalker and get another trigger. Yeah, it's indeterminate. Just have to like wait and see. Yeah, it's 128 players, so it's like the top 128. But we don't know exactly what records you need at the moment. Because we don't know how many people are playing it, right? Potentially as many as 4,000, but realistically isn't going to be that many. This Lava Coil is a tilt. Jeez, I guess I still just cast this. Kill their Steamkin. Force them to use the coil, and then we're like both top decking except I have a trophy. And like on average slightly higher card quality. Kind of, except they have Frenzy in their deck. I guess they have more spells than I do. Due to just like running less lands. So maybe it's like actually pretty even overall. Yeah, you stop getting to play at 2 losses. So you have to hope you get to like 7 wins by the end of that to like have a good shot. But even if you're just at 6 wins, like maybe you make it, maybe you don't, depending on tiebreakers. Are there general advices you could give to a player on a losing streak? I mean, losing streaks are going to happen, like, no matter what you're playing or how well you're playing it. There's, like, naturally a lot of variance in the game, and you kind of have to accept that.
Hello, friend.
Aww, Matty, thank you so much for the 21 months. That's so many months. Really appreciate the continued support, Matty. Thank you. Opponent's drawing pretty well, you're not wrong. You are not wrong. Wouldn't mind like an Ugin or something. Tamiyo. It's kind of surreal to think I've been like streaming for 21 months. I guess it was like pretty on and off initially, but still. This seems like a weird card to be splashing black for. Especially since, like, against our deck, we have Tamiyo in our deck. I mean, like, I assume you still bought it in against me anyways. Hits Wildgrowth Walker, but... Aw, Hypnolast. Thank you so much for that Twitch Prime support. I really appreciate that. The support means so much to me. It really helps me do what I do. Do I ever play viewers deck lists on stream? Not too often. Especially not when I'm like preparing for tournaments. Which is like kind of what I'm doing at the moment, just trying to get a feel for standard and what actually feels good. When I have like a large downtime between tournaments, I normally have donation deck lists open though. So like once I'm back from MC3, I will probably do that. Oh my god, Eridan. I'm so happy that there are Narset sleeves. Narset sleeves are the most important. Jeez, this works Marty Raveler is nice. Maybe their average card quality was higher than ours. They have Ravelers in their deck. Alright, GG's opponent. Did I play the MCQ? I'm not allowed Banjovi. Because I'm already qualified due to being MPL. I think I just run this back. Duress was honestly like pretty decent. It gets kind of rough once you're in the top deck war, but don't know if we just like need a couple more Planeswalkers in the deck for the late game if they have like a bunch of Rix and Marty Ravelers. I think Finale is way too slow. By the point you're casting Finale, they've already hit you like 2 or 3 times with their creatures. Is my feeling. I guess it's like a 3 mana kill spell for Steamkin, which is not the worst when you're on the play. You can just like cast it turn free. So maybe it's fine. I might be being overly harsh on it. I'm not like, I think it's probably too slow on average though. This is my suspicion. I do not believe I can keep this hand as much as I want to. This is one problem we have been having with the deck. It does not feel like so much the deck's fault. I really don't want to go to 5. Massacre Girl is like a nice catch-up card if we can find like 1 or 2 early things to do off the top. So I think I'm just going to keep this and hope. Yeah, you clear the board, then they build up a big presence again on the back of a Frenzy. That's fair, Dokomoy. You might actually be right about that. And like, because of Wildgrowth Walker, you have enough life that you don't die to the board presence immediately necessarily. But that doesn't mean that's, you know, you still need to answer it, because it will still kill you over a couple turns. Sounds like fine. I don't actually have an explore creature for it at the moment is the problem. I don't love this. The problem is, if we're really graveyarding this, what are we actually looking for? Like a Tamiyo or something? White source for the Teferi? Yes, I'm gonna keep this. I don't think it does very much, but I also don't know what we're really looking for. And it makes our explore creatures like much better draws, which is nice. See you, Mare. Have a nice day. Enjoy the potluck. Alright, that is a 3/3 first strike against my 4/3. Powerful stuff. So I don't really want to cast this quite yet. I want my opponent to cast 2 G2 Lava Runners, please. Actually, that doesn't quite work with Massacre Girl. It needs to be like Firebrand Lava Runner. Slightly wishful thinking. How many wildcards do I need for this MCQ deck that's Blue Bee played? This Massacre Girl is something. Yes, I'm casting my 4/4, but see you, Mare. Have a good day. So, like, obviously this particular list is a bit more behind against red. Sorry, this version of red is a bit worse of a matchup for us than the normal versions of red, because this version grinds better in the late game, has Rix Marty Ravelers. But, even then, this matchup feels quite bad. This is like the second time playing it, and like, we have mana issues, like our mana issues like hurt against them. It really hurts that a lot of our Planeswalkers -1 loyalty against Goblin Chain Whirler. Like, that's something we've had come up a lot. Both Vraska and Teferi -1 loyalty, and then Chain Whirler eats Teferi. Even Ugin, you, like, answer their frenzy, go down to 1 loyalty, and then the Chain Whirler kills the Ugin. So, like, I'm not sure. You just, like, don't go over the top of them very well. You look at a deck like Sultai, right, and you have, like, Hydro Crisis in the late game. Whereas this deck is having to board out its late game cards, because its late game cards cost you life, rather than gain you life. So I don't know. I think this deck's, like, decent, but I'm not the biggest fan of it. Sultai Command deck. I do want to try that one out, Dokamoy. I am wondering if it's just a better version of this. Having Hydro Crisis in your deck is just so good. It's just like a bit less all-in on the Command the Dreadhorde plan as its late game. I could see that. I really wanted to play